So in this video, I'm going to share with you how I made almost $25,000 last year and supplemented my business doing almost nothing. So I don't know if you've been following along with my Marquee Letters over the last 2 years, but I started building Marquee Letters almost 2 years ago, and I started because an event coordinator came to me and asked me, can you build Marquee Letters for my events? And I said, what is a marquee letter? I'd never heard of them and never seen them. Just like most of you, when I first started this, were telling me that you've also never heard of them or never seen them. Well, I built her a set and I saw how much she was renting them out and how often, and I got to thinking, why don't I do this for myself? So I started building my own, and now I have about 40 something letters and numbers 0 through 9. I started building these 1 to 7 or 8 at a time, and I finally got enough to start really renting them out very often and making pretty good profit on them. So last year, 2024, I made around $13,000 on marquee letter rentals. And the only thing that I have to do to rent these out is load them in people's car when they come pick them up. A little cold out here, my hands are freezing. You Yankees are probably laughing because you're thinking cold in Alabama. Yeah, right. But anything below 40, I normally don't come out in the shop because I don't have a heated shop and I hate the cold weather. Whew, I didn't want to come out of there. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm putting my new Shop Nation dust hose collection on my saw because I'm sick of all the dust in this shop. And I've been wanting this adapter for some time now, and my wife got it for me for Christmas. So today is January the 8th, and I'm putting it on. So back to the story. When people come and pick the letters up, all I'm doing usually is loading them in their car. They take them off, set them up themselves, and then they bring them back. And then I load them back into my storage container. So very little work for a lot of profit. It's a lot of work up front to get the letters built, as some of you know, because I know some of you have already started doing this. But it is totally worth it because now I don't have to build any more letters and I just rent them out over and over and over again. So it's very lucrative passive income. It's not 100% passive because there's still a little bit of maintenance you have to do, like making sure the light bulbs are working every time you send them out, making sure you touch up the paint when they come back scratched, things like that. Now you're probably asking yourself, but you said you made $25,000, so where'd the other $12,000 come from? Well, the same event coordinator last year about April asked me to build a photo booth, a magazine photo booth. She called it a Vogue photo booth. And I thought, okay, I had to look it up. I got some ideas from YouTube and I started building. And then I was like, this thing's going to be really popular. Well, she rents hers out for $600 and about $200 for travel. So every time it goes out, she makes $800. I didn't want to do that because it would require either a van or a box truck to load it in and a lot of deliveries, and I don't like deliveries. And speaking of deliveries, when my marquee letters go out, if somebody wants delivery and setup, I charge $200. I don't rent the photo booth out. I only made one photo booth ever, but I decided to have plans made. So I don't know anything about SketchUp or Fusion 360, so I can't make the plans. I haven't learned yet. So I found someone to do them for me. He made the plans, and now I sell them on Etsy and my website and on YouTube. That one plan alone for the photo booth made over $10,000 since April. The other $2,000 came from other plan sales. that are also related to events. And you might be thinking, well, why are you telling me this, David? Well, I tell you this not to brag, but to help you supplement your income. And yes, the marquee letters are a lot of work up front, but they're totally worth it after you get them done. I'm only in year 2, and they're making between $1,000 to $2,000 a month. Who wouldn't love to make an extra $1,000 or $2,000 a month? I know I do. As far as the build plans go, if you've ever built anything that's unique or something for your shop, like workbenches or flip top tables or anything that you think someone else would like to build but don't want to come up with the idea on their own and pay $5 to $10 for a set of plans, well, there you go. If you don't know how to do the plans, find someone that can make them. Pay them around $100 to $200 a set, depending on how hard the plans are. That's about how much I've paid for all my plans, is between $100 and $200. You'll make that money back if you have a good set of plans and something that really somebody wants. You'll make that money back in a week to 2 weeks. Photo booth, I made the money back in 3 days. If you're interested in what the marquee letters are all about, or what the photo booth plans or any of my other plans, if you're interested in those, I have a video on all the marquee letter builds and how to build them and everything it takes to build them and how to rent them out. All of that information is on my YouTube channel, and I also have a build video on the photo booth and a lot of other event coordinator type things. And if you're going to be at Workbench Con in Atlanta this year at the end of February, I'll be there doing a roundtable discussion on how to make money with event coordinators and how to build my marquee letters and how to rent them out. And if you're interested in the photo booth or any of the other event type things that I've built or the marquee letters, check out these videos next and this playlist. And we'll see you next time.